So a couple months back, I made this video where I discussed whether Chinese is a single language or multiple languages. In the video, I claimed it to be multiple. However, what if I told you I was wrong? Well, kind of. You see, the way we classify languages and dialects is, well, complicated, to say the least. Let me explain. There are several ways of classifying languages and dialects. One way is mutual intelligibility. Mutual intelligibility refers to the phenomenon of where two people have different forms of language use and yet are still capable of understanding each other. Take for instance how speakers of New York City English can generally understand speakers of California English and vice versa. In this case, NYC English and California English are both mutually intelligible. Utilizing the criterion of mutual intelligibility, it can be said that if two people can understand each other, they are both using the same language, just maybe different dialects. However, this criterion quickly falls apart. We can see this when we look into other English dialects. Whilst NYC speakers can understand California speakers and vice versa, what about NYC speakers and Scottish speakers? Remember that example I showed in my last video? Oh, you didn't watch that video? Well then go watch it! Okay, well after this video, don't leave just yet. In that video, I mentioned how speakers of other English dialects outside of Scotland might have a hard time understanding English speakers within Scotland, as shown through the Scottish English sentence, "You'd better just call Kenny," which people outside of Scotland might not understand the meaning of. Yet people still classify both NYC English and Scottish English as dialects of English, despite them not being mutually intelligible. Why? This isn't just something that happens in English. The ways of classifying languages and dialects that seem to contradict the mutual intelligibility criterion pop up everywhere. Within the Iberian Peninsula, Portuguese and Spanish are considered separate languages, even though a Portuguese speaker will not have much trouble reading La Sombra del Viento. Same thing could be said of a Spanish speaker reading Murmullo do Convento. In the Nordic region, Danish, Norwegian, and Swedish are all considered separate languages, even though there are signs of mutual intelligibility between the three. In the Balkans, there is an ongoing debate on whether Serbo-Croatian should be split up and classified into 4 separate languages: Montenegrin, Serbian, Croatian, and Bosnian, even though, and I quote this from my Montenegrin friend, different languages considered, but technically same words spoken and beep. Many Japanese people consider the Ryukyuan languages to be simply dialects of Japanese, even though they are hardly intelligible with Japanese. Speakers of Neapolitan have one heck of a time trying to comprehend speakers of Venetian, yet both of them often get shoved under the category of Italian dialects. So then, what's going on here? Well, to put it simply, politics. It seems that the classifications of languages and dialects aren't dependent on mutual intelligibility at all, but rather based upon political stances. I mean, a language is a dialect with an army and navy, right? But you know how it is with politics. Nobody can agree. And then there are the people that just draw their own lines based on how they feel. Hell, even I'm guilty of this. In my video on Chinese, I categorized Cantonese and Taishanese as dialects of a singular Yue language. Yet a lot of Cantonese speakers cannot understand Taishanese, although there are Taishanese speakers who do understand Cantonese. Even linguists disagree on where the lines are drawn. There isn't one specific criterion for classifying languages and dialects. It's all arbitrary. Also, it's to be said that the word dialect can be deemed quite offensive, and in some cases, even harmful. There is a potential for social stigma surrounding dialects, as we can see in cases where dialects are often regarded as broken forms of a language. Some linguists try and avoid this whole issue by opting for the term variety, which refers to a different form of language use, without the whole controversy. But even classifying varieties is difficult. Languages aren't neat, rigid structures. They are fluid. I feel like I've said this before. So back to what I said at the beginning of this video. I'm kind of wrong. Is Chinese a single language, or is it multiple? The answer? We don't know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.